Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lori J Journals. I am really excited to share something different with you today, but before I do that, I wanted to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I have now broken the 100 subscriber threshold. I believe I'm up to 108 as of this morning, and I am super appreciative of all of you. I hope that you're still enjoying the content and that you'll stick around for my future videos. I am going to celebrate with all of you by doing a giveaway. I'm working on the details of that now, and I will be putting that video up in the next week or two. So stay tuned for that. I hope you will all participate. Today, what I've brought to you is something really different. I've never done this before. I am participating in a Trashy journal swap. So what is that? That's part of a Trashy and Flow journal Facebook group I belong to. And the purpose of these journals is really, in the true spirit of junk journaling, it is to incorporate and use as much trash as you possibly can. So items that would have otherwise been thrown away, that are useless, incorporating them into journal art. So here I go. I'm going to do a flip through. I'm going to try to keep this brief, but also share. Here is the cover of the journal. The entire journal has a handle. It can be held like a shopping bag, and it is made out of a takeout paper bag from a wings joint that we have here in Florida that we got some to go at some point. And the bag was nice and clean, grease free, so I held on to it, and it is now serving a great purpose. So let me take off the tie, which really just is a long cutaway piece of fabric. It's black with some kind of specks on it. And let's take a quick look at the cover. So within this journal, there's also another smaller shopping bag style bag, and I removed the handles so that the bag could be part of the signature inside. So I took the handles, which you see here, and I did them two different ways. I was experimenting. One, I created the heart and tied it at the bottom, and the other, I did it the other way around. I tied the bottom as the middle of the heart and went upside down. That's what these are. This underneath is a piece of vellum that was, I was using it as a paint palette, and rather than throw it away, I kept it, and it became this kind of nice background. I thought this was pretty fitting. This is just a Tim Holtz embellishment, and I thought it was pretty fitting for this kind of journal. Here you see pieces of the edge of fabric where you normally cut them away. I always keep them because I think they're kind of cool, and they made nice little embellishments here. This is just a piece of tissue that got paint on it, some fabric scraps, barcodes, which is one of my new favorite trash to design elements, a Band-Aid wrapper, and then I'll get to this inside. This is a dangle made from a tag, and this is like a chipboard tag, so I thought it was pretty cool. I left it. And then I also this is from a tag on clothing, and I thought it made for a nice hook there around. All right, let's get inside. So as I mentioned, I've never participated in one of these swaps before, so I wasn't 100% sure what to include and how to design the journal. A lot of these are done as flow journals, which means the signatures aren't permanently sewn in, so that you can take the elements apart and use them in different things. And my partner and I both said we were going to sew in, so I did do that. But I left a lot of the elements as removable so she could use them for different things. So inside this pocket, these were inserts in some new organizational trays that I bought for my craft room drawers. You'll see a lot of little paper scraps. So this is actually film, like transparency film. And I used this long ago as a color palette and then rolled over it with a brayer, and I cut a circle out to use for something, and I thought that this was a cute little piece. I don't throw anything away, so I was able to use it. This is a piece of fabric that I made. We did fabric prints in, I think it was the Fodder Challenge in July last year. So I clipped that in because it's just a fun little element she could use. These are little circles of the Peanuts gang. I don't know if you can see, this is Snoopy. I love Snoopy. I've talked about him before. You'll hear about him again. And I just created, I had this little, again, I cut a circle out. I cut circles out for things in my circle punch, and I just created a window. This is just collage tissue, but this is that white bag that those heart handles came off of. These are, I often just cut out before I trash a magazine. You know, when I'm done using it, I cut out, if there are large words that I love that I can use in things, I cut out, and I cut this dreams out. Inside here, I have a paper bag, and this whole paper bag is filled with, I'm not going to go through every single one. I left a note to my partner, but it's filled with all different kinds of cards and tags and cutaways of some of my favorite shops, places I love to buy things, and they create really cute like fodder. So I hold on to them, and I've given those to my partner. So that's in here. This right here is a piece of packaging. It's a very small, one of those crispy kind of paper with, you know, the padded envelopes for shipping. Life is Good, another one of my favorite stores. This was like a sheet of stickers, and the Life is Good part was sticky too, but it was just a throwaway, so I added it in. I made this embellishment, this pocket out of a doily and some fabric scraps, and I included some, little pieces of paper that my partner can use. This is a map from a museum I went to. It's just one of the paper signatures. This is just the design, the front cover of a greeting card. I held on to it because I thought it was a cool sentiment and a cool photo. This right here is an altered envelope that I made. So you can see it has a window. It was a junk mail envelope. So I gave that to her. Oh, this signature right here is like it's a package envelope. And it is from, I use laundry detergent sheets that I get on subscription online. So I made that into a signature. And then inside it is a pocket. Oh, and you know what? I forgot. I have something I'm putting in there. I just forgot. I was going to put some fabric scraps. So I'll just have to add those before I ship. This is, who doesn't love glassine envelopes and bags? This is one that I got, I think, from a partner swap. It's from Canada, and I thought it was cool, so I included. And inside I put more. So this is another one, a vendor that I used on Etsy. And this is the wrapper from a candy bar. And I thought it was a cute design, but more importantly, there's a great story about the company inside. So I included that in there. This is a pocket that I made from a sunscreen lip balm, and I just, sewed on some fabric scraps and these cute little fake cards that came in a credit card. So Disney, I have the Disney credit card. I live in Florida, and they did a whole set of new designs for your cards that you could order for the 100-year celebration. So these were just examples of some of the things that you can order. And I think they make cute little journal embellishments, and I thought about decorating them, but I decided to leave them so that my partner could play with them and do what she wanted to do. These are just elements that, that add texture and color. I got them in a swap from somebody. This is the other, okay, so this signature, this part of the signature is a paper bag. And so I opened up the bottom of it, sewed on with these fabric scraps, real scrappy stuff. And then I made a pocket. So coffee before talkie. This was actually the wrap of a silverware at a restaurant. And then this was made out of a tag that was white on the back, so it made for good writing. So I put that in there. And this A Natural Life is another one of my favorite stores, and they make cute tags, so I just left it alone. The next part is a big fold out, and it's from, I belong to the Broadway series here where I live. I go to the Broadway season with one of my friends, and when the new season is being announced, they send this big fold away. So I included that because I thought it was fun and didn't need a lot of decoration because there's cool stuff. We're getting the MJ musical next year and a whole bunch of other things. Oops, you can't see it because it's fold out and it went too wide. All right, so here, okay, I created this pocket just out of, again, under paper from jelly printing and painting papers. There's a ticket and a recipe in there. I did just kind of put this in there. I love making these. I call them my Frankenstein paper. So I sew all these scrap papers together, and then I back it with deli paper so that I can do things with it. And this is an envelope I made. It makes a great crispy. So I give that to my partner. I made this envelope, this pocket out of more this was a page out of a book about flowers. And I put them inside this vellum bag, this glassine bag, which might have been considered trash because it's got some writing on it. I think it came believe it came in something I ordered online. So rather than throw it out, gave it to her so she can do something fun with it. All right. We're getting a little long here, so I'm going to speed it up. So this was some Ranger packaging you can see, and I like the color. This was one of my favorite elements in this journal. So this was a tag on some clothing, and it looks like an old style pinup, and I thought it was fun. And I created this kind of scrappy embellishment on it. I added lines on the back so it can be written on. Created this pocket. You're used to these pattern paper things. I'm not much of a drinker, but I've discovered that I do like fruit ciders, and I thought these made cool journal cards. So cut that apart. Good old tissue boxes. I created a pocket in here, added some cute little ephemera there. I took the oval part out of the top, made a little writing tag, and then I took this Tim Holtz packaging and I gave my partner some samples of all the different linen tapes I have from Tim Holtz, and they have backing on them, so they're just stuck and she can use them however she wants. More from the tissue box. I just made a journaling card, and then some more tags inside of a painted envelope. I left some of the tags the way they are because I just like the design. I like what they say, and I just gave some writing lines on the back. Opening this back up. This was fun. This was like a last minute ad. I made a belly band out of a couple of tea bag packages, and each one of them I sewed it together, and then each one is open at the top, so they all have little pieces of ephemera in them for my partner to discover. And then tucked under the belly band is just a scrap pad made of various pieces of throwaway stuff. Okay, good little papers. I had them clipped in because the belly band is open at the bottom. It's not a pocket. All right, this is just part of that same bag that made the cover. I put some of my Broadway series tickets in there. This is the other side of that paper bag, and in here I put a whole bunch of stuff for her. Just a sticker and some other throwaway ephemera. This came on a Starbucks that I got recently. It was a sticker that I don't know, and it didn't stay on the cut, but it stays on the paper really well. In here, I have a whole bunch of tiny little, in this glassine bag, there's a couple of tea bag tabs that have inspirational things on them, and then some other cutouts, words and numbers from magazines. These also some more ephemera, and you can see I made the pocket out of the Starbucks you know, the cup huggy. That was an idea I got from Linda at Just Lane. And then inside here I have some fabric scraps, and that's what I meant to do. Is this is really puffy, so I meant to put half of them in the other side of the bag. So I'm going to do that once I'm finished with my flip through. More just little pieces of ephemera. And here's that thing I was talking about from the outside. So I decided to make a dangle out of these bottle caps. So I punched a hole in each of them. I strung them together. And there you go. There's my bookmarker dangle. These are just more random little things with cute, a fortune from Chinese food, another one of those tea bag tabs. These are, I think these are all like silverware wrappers in restaurants. They come around your silverware and your napkin, and they have some fun sayings on them, so I included some of them. In here is a whole host of random little pieces of true ephemera that she can use and play with. I travel a lot for work, so there's some room cards you can use for mixed media, or you can cover them and use them for things. Various tags that can be, this is like chipboard, so I feel like it's a good one, and it's blank on the other side, so it can be used as a tag. A whole bunch of stuff in there. Getting to the end here, so the other side here, I made all of this. So this is I think I did all things altered on this. So this is in another one of my videos. It was a scribble piece with my handwriting on it, and then I painted over it, soda pocket, embellished. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Stickers, a couple of tags that I made. I'm not gonna pull it all out. And in the pocket, there's some tissue paper, some glassine paper, and then a couple of cards that I've gotten out of hotels that are good to use for journaling or for creating tags. She can do whatever she'd like with it. Oop, I just lost my light. It ran out of battery, so it went a little dark. Sorry about that. And this is just a scrap pad, all different cutaway pieces of various papers with a cute little Tim Holtz clip at the top. And that is my trashy journal. I hope my partner loves it. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. And again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for that 100 subscriber celebration coming soon.